stop that also, because the buzz is fine, and then the buzz goes so quickly, you got to get another one, and then by then, it's like, okay, I'm feeling bloated, and I know I'm going to have a headache tomorrow. And it's just like, I just don't want to deal with that. I'd rather not.
We ate pizza for like every meal, which I love. You know me, I could survive on pepperoni pizza. But I got to a point where I was having a piece of pizza Sunday morning and thinking to myself, I need a vegetable. I'm 33 years old, and God, do I need a vegetable.
Y'all didn't order a salad with the pizza?
No.
Where was the pizza from? Was it a chain?
Someplace in Pickwick.
Okay, so I'm sure
Pickwick pizza.
Those types of pizzerias, they have pretty good salads.
Well, we only got
Y'all
the
only
pizza,
got pizza?
okay?
Yeah, next time get a salad. Next time order a Cobb salad.
Frank T's.
Okay.
Frank T's.
All right.
And I had some Freddy T's. God,
there we go.
My brain. I knew Frank T's was not right. Freddy, other F. Freddy T's. And I had some blackened catfish. That was solid.
Strong.
I love a blackened catfish.
Pickwick. Is that on the other side of Paris? Is that north? Where am I going to get to Pickwick?
That's a really good question, CJ.
Good job.
It's literally on the border of Tennessee, Alabama, Mississippi.
So we're going south.
Like when you're in the lake, you don't know which state you're in. I felt
south.
like I was in uncharted waters.
Literally on the border. So which side of the border were you on?
Let me pull up a dang map.
Because were you in Tennessee still?
We were in Tennessee, but we were in Mississippi for the last 15 minutes of the drive, and then popped back into Tennessee to get to where the cabin was on the lake.
What was the song today?
Bootylicious by Destiny's Child, which felt like fate because they reunited over the weekend.
Not writing that down. Not writing that down. You got it. Got to keep that one.
The lake
at the end
was
of the
big.
month. At the end of the month, we got to get rid of the song. By the way,
I know.
You said the lake was big.
It was huge.
Yeah.
It was like shockingly large.
What's that? Wait, what?
I thought it was just like a circular lake, but it was a lake system. It felt like a mini Ozarks.
Okay.
A mini Como, if you will.
All right.
I'll tell you something funny when we get into the show.
I can't wait to hear it. I cannot wait.
All right, what's up, everybody? It is Monday, July 28th. It is going to be a good day. Jessica Benson with you from the Grind City Media Studios in Memphis, Tennessee. CJ Hurt behind the glass. Coming up on today's show, what you need to know from the weekend. Ja Morant's world tour is up and running. Why was Nikola Jokic agent on a boat with LeBron? Have you seen Luka Doncic on the cover of Men's Health magazine? We are in the throes of the NBA offseason. We'll also get into some NFL news. Treylon Burks is injured again for the Titans. WNBA action from the weekend. Frank Bonner is the Memphis Tigers football beat reporter over at the Daily Memphian. He is going to join us in studio to discuss the American Media Days and the upcoming Tigers football season. We'll do a little Hot Mess Express. We'll get on into our Monday, where you know what we say. Somebody is bootylicious, baby. I don't think you're ready for this jelly. I don't think you're ready for this jelly.
Keep going.
I don't think you're ready for this.
Grizzlies fans know it's the team that gives you the edge. Big River Steel does too. And much like the Grizzlies have recruited legendary talent, we want you to be part of our team. Are you ready to be part of something legendary? Then visit www.bigriversteel.com. That's www.bigriversteel.com.
You've seen the Grizz line jamming on the court and rocking out on Beale Street, and this is your chance to join the best drum line in the NBA. Grizz line entertains Grizz Nation at home games and events in the Mid-South through their impressive techniques and energetic shows. If you have experience in drumming and marching and love entertaining, Grizz line is the perfect opportunity for you to combine percussion and performance. Open auditions are Saturday, August 9th at FedEx Forum. Sign up today by visiting grizzlies.com/auditions.
Shinedown. Dance Kid Dance Tour. Live in Memphis. FedEx Forum, Saturday, August 30th. with special guests Bush and Morgan Wade. Get tickets now at livenation.com. Shinedown, live in concert. For more, visit shinedown.com.
The FedEx St. Jude Championship at TPC Southwind, first of the 3 playoff events.
Watch me take flight. It's a different sight when you take it to this height. And you know this. We them boys step into the wars, ready to give me my awards. See, I got them starstruck. I got nothing to lose, so I'm letting it loose. I'm here paying my dues. I got them starstruck.
So let's start with the Jaw 3, the graffiti, New York versus New York.
New York. Yep. That box is so.
Yeah, that box is fresh. I'm actually happy to see a new box. Like, it's time.
Box is fresh.
The first and the second one was the same box. I see
Yeah.
a different box now. So yeah,
And
that's fresh.
And the graffiti letter A looks cool. Yeah, they look
that's
cool.
tight. I like that.
The Sneak Fest Show, live Tuesdays at 2 p.m. on Grind City Media on X, YouTube, and the official Grind City Media mobile app.
There are futures for Aaron Judge possibly hitting 400. Hitting 400 at the All-Star break, plus 600.
Oh, wow.
To have a 400 batting average in the regular season, plus 3,800. To win the Triple Crown is only plus 145.
I don't think he's going to hit 400 for the season.
I don't either. I that would be
ridiculous.
Yes, ridiculous.
The Odds Couple, live at 2 p.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
It's time for our Pick Six, Mike. 6 classics that we're most looking forward to in the 2025 football season.
Las Vegas, obviously, that's the Grambling State University, Jackson State University clash. They're taking 2 iconic HBCU brands going to an NFL stadium in Las Vegas.
Get all of your HBCU sports and culture news by tuning in to HBCU Huddle with CJ Hurt and Mike Wallace. New episodes drop every Thursday on grindcitymedia.com, YouTube, and Spotify.
Feels great to feel the sunshine. Gotta own the day like it's all mine. Just got paid in his own time. Been working hard, I've been on the grind. I deserve this feeling, having my way. I've been on this healing. This is my day. The sun's out, hey. Let's have a little fun now. Hey. I wanna let it all out. Hey. That's what it's all about. Hey. Hey. 'Cause I deserve this feeling, having my way. I deserve this healing. This is my day.
Grind City Media presents The Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt. Live from the Grind City Media studios on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
What's up, everybody? Happy Monday. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. It is almost August, which is insane. Time flies. We have a football game this week. Kinda. Sort of. It's preseason. We are in the middle of the summer. I do want to start with an apology, CJ. This feels important. I made a post on Instagram over the weekend that was unexpectedly deceiving, and I would like to apologize for it.
What was the post?
I convinced way too many people that I was actually in Italy because I posted a video of Lake Pickwick, but I location tagged it as Lake Como. And if you are one of the people who reached out to me asking if I would be back on the show on Monday because I was in Italy this weekend, just know you weren't alone. I had a surprising amount of people who genuinely believed that I was in Lake Como, Italy, which is a testament to how beautiful Lake Pickwick of the Tennessee, Alabama, Mississippi variety is. But it is not Lake Como, and I am still in the state. I did not leave the state. I only had to drive 2 hours to get to our very own. You know, they call Lake Pickwick the Lake Como of America, is what I am told. One of the most beautiful lakes. I had never heard of Lake Pickwick before I moved here. Have you ever been there, CJ? You've never been to the pick of the wick, the wick of the pick?
Did you see anybody like me out
Yeah,
there?
I did actually.
You saw a lot of them?
Nope.
Okay.
Not
All right.
particularly.
Okay.
But a smattering.
I've been to a lake once. Jacob, help me out. What's the is it Percy Priest? Is that a lake? All right, so I think I kicked it there once.
Okay.
I think.
This is my first lake
Yeah, I need
experience
in
this area.
I need friends with a lake house.
I felt lucky.
I loved the one time I went. being on the lake. It's so much
We
fun.
were on a pontoon boat.
Oh my gosh.
And then we were in the water.
Okay.
A lot of time in the water. 'cause
Tubing?
It was hot. We had little floaties.
Okay, y'all
and
just
a little
floated?
Nerf football.
Okay.
We could go back and do the floaty thing.
Did
We
y'all
could
get to
water
like
ski.
swing through and
No.
jump into the water?
We were just in the water. We went to various places. Like
Different
the boats.
parts of the lake?
Yeah, we went to
Okay.
3 different parts because the lake is huge.
So what's the difference in what was the difference in the 3 parts?
It felt just like the bouginess of the boat.
Okay.
Like in one area was all the nice yachts.
Okay.
I think they're yachts.
No,
I don't know.
think
I don't
you
know
have,
cars and I don't
don't
know boats.
think you have
no,
yachts on a
I
lake.
genuinely think that it was a yacht.
I'm pretty sure
Well, it
you
was a
can't
really
have
nice
yacht.
boat, okay?
There we go.
Multi-stories, had like little coverings, but we didn't need that. We just needed the water. And I got a little sunburned, but that's okay because it was a good time. We went to the hottest club in town, Freddie T's, where it's a restaurant and a club and a beach bar, and I've never felt older than standing on the dance floor, not standing, dancing on the dance floor with my group of friends, recognizing that every young person in the club was not moving, was not dancing, was not singing along to any of the songs. Imagine the next generation not knowing Get Low
Wait, who didn't
by the
know?
great Shakespearean
Wait, who
artists
didn't
of
know
our
Get Low?
times. The other people in the bar, they were all kids. I had a very like, am I old moment? They didn't know Shots by LMFAO. Rock the beat and rock the show. It was upsetting. But it was a great time. Do you do anything fun this weekend?
No.
I really wish that I'd been in town to go to the Glow concert. Desperately. It looked awesome.
Oh,
it sold out.
Yeah.
She brought out tons of guests. Moneybag showed up. It looked like a great weekend at FedEx Forum because you had Glorilla on Friday. You had the Creed concert. RIP to one of our longest running ads
Is that
of
a
all
Hall of Famer?
time.
Wait, because we no longer get to hear the commercials.
And I realized it. So someone needs to tell me, was our Creed commercial advertising as Creed with 3 Doors Down this whole time?
Yeah.
3 Doors Down was not the opener for Creed last night.
Did they
it
come
was
out?
Daughtry.
Yeah, and Daughtry was in there too.
Okay.
It was Creed, 3 Doors Down, and Daughtry.
But 3 Doors Down had an incident. Their drummer was diagnosed with cancer a few months
So
ago.
are they on tour anymore?
I don't think so.
Okay.
But not at this moment. But it was Daughtry and Creed. And it had a great showing as well. Saw a ton of people there. So it was a very busy weekend at FedEx Forum. And I wish that I could have been there for both concerts, one concert. I was not going to go to a 9:15. I love With Arms Wide Open, but I bet they didn't play it till 11 o'clock on a Sunday night.
Nobody I'm going to see that starts at 9:15.
I saw Devin ask if how many people, like the over-under of the number of people who went to both Glorilla and Creed. And if you are out there, I would love to know your story.
I mean, over under like 50?
He said it at 27.
I'd take the over.
You
Because
take the over.
you've got to factor in, like, those things cost money. And so do you have the disposable
It's true.
income to pay for
2
both?
concerts in one weekend.
Back to back. Boom, boom. Because, listen, I'm somebody who does enjoy Glorilla, G to the L to the O, Big Glow. And I also love Creed, right? If I go crazy, would you still call me Superman? Is that them?
That's not Creed.
Okay. Well, it's one of them. I
That was
like
3
them.
Doors Down. That's Kryptonite.
Cool. I like them
Creed
too.
is Can You Take Me Higher?
I like them.
Yeah.
I like them. I enjoy Daughtry as well, but I don't have
I'm
the
going home.
I don't have
to the place
the
where I
money
belong.
to be able to afford a cheap Glow ticket and a cheap Creed Daughtry ticket.
Get me an arena that can give you both, though. 2 sellouts in one weekend, Glorilla and Creed.
Come on.
That's versatility at the Federal Express Forum. I'm
What
very
if they
proud
did
of
it
it.
at the same time?
That would have been amazing.
That would've
That's like
been-
music festival heaven. That's like multi-genre
would've
music
been
festival.
incredible.
Everybody coming together as one and learning that we all love music together.
Yeah, and
Anyway.
the ticket might have been a little bit more affordable. That's all I want.
Just affordable tickets. That's all we could ask for in this world.
all.
I think one of the best things that I saw this weekend, outside of the Destiny's Child reunion at the Las Vegas Cowboy Carter concert, it was Beyonce's last Cowboy Carter concert. Destiny's Child came out. The whole thing was beautiful. They did Bootylicious. They did the Hush Challenge. Kelly Rowland is incredible. Michelle Williams got to get back to Broadway. Death Becomes Her, where she's currently at. But I always love seeing those 3 back at it again. But the best thing that I saw, Memphis-related, sports-related, may have just been Ja Morant dunking in China. And I did not expect to be coming on here on a Monday and saying Ja Morant dunking in China in the end of July would be one of the best things I saw of the weekend. However, it was that good of a dunk that it single-handedly reignited people's dreams in Ja Morant doing the dunk contest. This is it. And it was very nice. And immediately, people say, is he sure he never wants to do the dunk contest? Because it is peak July sports conversation to be fantasizing about Ja Morant doing a dunk contest again. However, the dunk and the reaction to it is truly just another reminder that with a snap of his fingers, Ja Morant could revive the dunk contest. And here he is with his fans in China. The scenes from everywhere he's been have been awesome, and the turnout's been incredible, the energy's been incredible, and he just looks so happy. He looks so happy, CJ. And I don't like to be one of those people who like overanalyzes a man's happiness, because I can look really bummed out and be in my happiest state. I could look really happy and be in my bummedest state. But the smile on Ja's face, his interaction with all of the fans, throwing down the dunk, getting back to it, like this is a really cool thing with him having his first global tour through Nike. And as he's going through the promotional tour of selling his Ja threes and everything that comes with it. But I really loved seeing this over the weekend.
And we talk about it from time to time after we get back. One of us gets back from a trip to see some family members or friends. We talk about how that just energizes you and keeps you from falling into the grayness that is the monotony of everyday life, right? Like going to see friends for me in Birmingham and the ones I have in Middle Tennessee, that lifts me in a way that just being here with, people who I see on the regular just doesn't. And I hope that when the dog days of the NBA come through and smack Ja in the face, because it smacks all of us around, I hope that he remembers this. It's like, oh, this was really, really fun for me. I hope that he can find the joy and keep the joy in the moment, going back, thinking about, reminiscing about this moment, right? It's hard, man. In mid to late January, early February, you're right on that all-star break cusp, and you're probably somebody somewhere in the media is probably, and fans are probably saying, oh, you know who's overrated? Ja. You know who can't do whatever? Ja. Look at what the Grizzlies are doing. They're doing blah, 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 right? Like that's just going to happen. That's just the nature of the sports talk landscape. Yeah. And that can weigh on you. I understand that. I know that. I empathize with the fact that can weigh on you. You've got to hold on to the moments that bring you joy, though. You've got to find the moments that bring you a bit of happiness and remind you, like, yo, I do enjoy playing this game. And it looked like you said, from running around out there, the dunk, and then just the way he was working the crowd, it looked like he was having a whole hell of a lot of fun. And I hope that was the case, one. And two, I hope that when those days come, the hard days, the trying days come, instead of going in himself and sulking and pouting, which he has been known to do, I hope that he can say, hey, you know what? I had fun doing that thing over there. And it reminds me that I do really enjoy playing basketball. I do really love this game. Never mind what the doubters, naysayers, haters, or whatever are saying. I'm not going to let them ruin the fun that I have.
Well, and I do think when you see the images coming out of China this weekend, it does reinvigorate the conversation of Ja Morant can be one of the faces of the league. You can argue that Ja Morant is one of the faces of the league, and getting this global opportunity with Nike is a testament to that, and seeing the turnout is a testament to that, and having fans in China screaming, we want Ja, and him coming through and everyone going crazy. We're seeing it in China this weekend. He's going to Tokyo next, then he's going to Manila. I cannot wait for the Tokyo stop. Please, please, please let it be a reunion between him and Yuki in Tokyo, because I think that would provide some absolute incredible content. But it is this reminder that, yeah, sure. Like, I see a lot of people pop off of, oh, cool, he's throwing down a dunk in the summer. Like, call me back when he's playing 70 games for a season. And for the ultimate success of the Grizzlies, I would love for Ja Morant to play 70-plus games next season, because we talk about it all the time. This team's ceiling rises as healthy as Ja Morant and Jaren Jackson Jr. are next year. But you can have that be a fact and also recognize that when Ja Morant is having an experience like the one that we're seeing right now, it really is a truth that he is one of the faces of the league. And you can argue up and down, like, you can't be a face of the league until you win a championship. Okay. Or make it to the Western Conference Finals at least, or make it to the NBA Finals. But there's a difference between going and winning a championship and being somebody that everybody goes crazy for in the sports landscape, in the celebrity landscape. And Ja Morant absolutely sits in that space. And his dunk was everywhere this weekend. And I get that it's the end of July and we're all desperately searching for content to grasp onto, but like that dunk was sick. Like my immediate thought was, we're stuck with Mac McClung in the dunk contest and John Morant exists. And no disrespect to Mac McClung, multi-time dunk contest champion, but it would be an incredible thing if one day Nike, Ja, the NBA were able to come together and say, like, all right, let's bring this dunk contest back from the dead. And there are very few people who could do that, but I believe that Ja could do that coming out of this.
They couldn't get LeBron James to do it. They're not going to get Ja
No,
Morant
probably
to do
not,
it, so.
but we can dream.
Hey, go
That's
ahead,
what July
dream.
28th is for.
Dream, baby, dream.
What else am I going to do?
Go ahead. I know one
Dream
guy
about the
in particular
Grizzlies
who had a dream.
preseason schedule that dropped?
Go ahead. But, you know, that's what it would take, though. It would take for a major advertiser, a shoe company or clothing apparel, something like that, Nike or Reebok or Under Armour or Puma, whomever that may be, to go to their guys and say, hey, we need one of y'all to get in this dunk. We need one of you prominent people to get in the dunk contest. And that might be a fun, but it would be a fun thing to do, to go, okay, here we go. We're going to do a Nike versus Adidas versus Puma versus Under Armour dunk challenge. Let's go. Everybody get out there, large pot of money. The winner will get to be crowned the best dunking shoe, whatever the hell you want to call it. And you could drum it up like that. You can have that sort of a shoe apparel rivalry thing going there. But, like, why would the shoe companies want that? Why would the players want that? Because while it would be great to see Ja Morant and some of these other high-flying, higher on the star level names in the dunk contest, somebody's got to lose it.
Yeah.
And so are you confident enough in what you are to say, all right, I'm not going to lose it? And are you comfortable enough in what you are to say, hey, even if I lose it, it's not going to be the end of the world, end of my career. I'll be okay taking a dunk contest L. It won't matter on my resume, right? It won't matter with my legacy, but it does. So, like, I don't know how we fix the dunk contest. I don't know how we get the Ja Morants into the dunk contest, but that's absolutely what is needed and what is necessary. And the only way to go about doing that is to get Nike and the other shoe brands to put pressure on their athletes, say, hey, y'all got to go out there and get in this dunk contest.
But in the meantime, like, they get the promotion from Ja being on their tour in China and throwing down a dunk that gets everybody talking, or him doing it at a game. It will be a travesty in my lifetime if I never get to see Ja Morant.
Well, it's a travesty then. I don't know what to tell you.
I know. It's going to be a travesty.
He's not in there.
He has said it over and over, but just imagine. Just imagine if he did. That's where I found myself over this weekend.
Kobe was in the dunk contest. Kobe won one. Dwight Howard, Vince Carter. I'm trying to think of the biggest names of the past, like, 20 years to win a dunk contest. And Kobe might be outside of 20 years now. Donovan Mitchell won one.
Yeah.
Paul George got one.
It's Zach LaVine with 2. John Wall. Blake Griffin won one.
Griffin. Okay.
Dwight Howard won one. You said that.
So it's after
Nate Robinson won 2.
So it's after Blake and Dwight, then it starts to, like, dip in terms of stars being in it.
After Blake, it goes Jeremy Evans, Terrence Ross, John Wall, Zach LaVine times 2, Glenn Robinson, Donovan Mitchell, Hamidou Diallo, Derek Jones, Anthony Simons, Obi Toppin, and then 3-time dunk champion Mac McClung.
Yeah. A slow dip. And no disrespect to any of their games, but they just aren't the superstars. They aren't the faces of the league. Donovan Mitchell, pit him to the side. The rest of them just aren't and I guess maybe Zach LaVine too, they just aren't the same caliber of names as what Ja Morant and some of the others are right now.
You don't have, like, Steph Curry was somewhere over the weekend talking about various things in the NBA, and he said, like, pound for pound, Ja Morant is the most athletic player in the NBA. He's not saying that about his former teammate, Mac McClung.
I forgot Mac was over there.
His former teammate. All right, we got to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll talk some more NBA stories, because the thing that has taken over my timeline today, Luka Doncic is on the cover of Men's Health magazine, and if you haven't seen it, Luka's looking svelte. We're going to get him in Eurobasket. We're going to get Jokic in Eurobasket, and Jokic had quite the reaction of his own over the weekend when one of his horses won what I assume to be a very important horse race, and his reaction had people talking. We'll get into that, some WNBA action, plus the news about Treylon Burks from this weekend and what it means for the Titans, all ahead when we come back.
Have you always dreamed of entertaining on the biggest stage in Memphis? The Claw Crew is looking for members to join their team for the 2025-2026 season. Claw Crew members are hardworking, high-energy entertainers who assist Grizzlies home games by hyping up the crowd and much more. Not only do they support the Grizzlies on home games, but also promote in Memphis and across the Mid-South. Open auditions are Saturday, August 9th at FedEx Forum. Visit grizzlies.com/auditions for more information and to register today.
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans. Want exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals texted straight to you? Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
Sonic Radio. Welcome back to Sonic RNDIO. That spells radio with me, the CIO. This just in, the new Sonic $1.99 menu lets you build a crave-worthy meal for just $1.99 an item. Whether that's a creamy shake, crispy tots, or a quarter-pound double cheeseburger. This just out. Ostriches. They're mean, not very cute, and in my opinion, way too big for a bird. Don't miss the Sonic Fun 99 menu. 5 items, always $1.99. Live free, eat Sonic.
Tax not included. See menu for details.
Going through the draft process the first time, they give you the answers to the test. Like, this is what you need to work on. This is what you do well.
They told you.
Yeah, like they tell you.
Here's what, if you want to get drafted, here's what needs to happen.
Yeah, they tell you. So it's like, if you're not listening, it'll go right over your head. But for me, I made sure to soak up all information and everything possible so I can give myself the best shot.
The Chris Vernon Show, live on weekdays at noon on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Did you know the Grizzlies were going to try to get up and get you?
No, I have no clue. I thought the Grizzlies loved me when I worked out because it was like super fun and everything was, just natural. We were just having a conversation. It wasn't like said, what's your favorite color and, like all that stuff.
What's your favorite color?
It wasn't interview.
First date type vibe.
Yeah, it wasn't interview questions. It was just like, hey man, how you doing? Like, and it was just real easy to talk to him. It was real easy to talk to Coach Thomas.
The Chris Vernon Show, live on weekdays at noon on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
There are futures for Aaron Judge possibly hitting 400. Hitting 400 at the All-Star break, plus 600.
Oh, wow.
To have a 400 batting average in the regular season, plus 3,800. To win the Triple Crown is only plus 145.
I don't think he's going to hit 400 for the season.
I don't either. I that would be
ridiculous.
Yes, ridiculous.
The Odds Couple, live at 2 p.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
It's time for our Pick Six, Mike. 6 classics that we're most looking forward to in the 2025 football season.
Las Vegas, obviously, that's the Grambling State University, Jackson State University clash. They're taking 2 iconic HBCU brands going to an NFL stadium in Las Vegas.
Get all of your HBCU sports and culture news by tuning in to HBCU Huddle with CJ Hurt and Mike Wallace. New episodes drop every Thursday on grindcitymedia.com, YouTube, and Spotify.
Welcome back. The number one thing being discussed on my timeline this morning has very quickly turned into Luka Doncic, who is the cover star of Men's Health magazine this month. And I don't know if you're going to recognize Luka Doncic because he is looking cut, svelte, lean, ripped. Pick your adjective. He himself would say, this is the lead of the article attached to these photos for Men's Health. Luka Doncic knows that you're thinking he looks lean as heck now. That's because he's thinking the exact same thing. Lean as heck.
So we can
lean as heck.
We can talk about his body, right? He's not a dudette, and that's fine for me to criticize his body.
He's an athlete. We can talk about it from the performance element.
Y'all get particular about like doing women's bodies, though.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
CJ.
But women's. But I can
Sure.
I can do this with Luka. Luka on
It
that
depends
stuff.
how you want to say
Luka's
it.
on that stuff, man.
No, he's intermittent fasting.
But that's kiss my ass.
He's doing a 90-minute workout before his first meal of the day, and he's doing 2 workouts a day.
No. That is not what is going on here. You can tell me whatever you want to in that. You can say whatever you want to in that magazine. Dog, I know somebody who's on that shit.
He's doing circuits, an on-court challenge, like resistance band layups, and an upper body and lower body exercise.
That's not what's doing this.
He's
That's
training
Throw the picture back
in
up.
Croatia.
Throw the picture back up.
He moves swiftly. This Luka is ... different.
Like, that's not what his body's been.
Perhaps the Lakers.
Perhaps who?
The Lakers.
Did what? Gave him that stuff?
Have told him, listen, it's the moving to LA effect. I'm just saying. It doesn't happen in Dallas. When you're in LA, you feel the need to be skinny. That's so funny because one of my friends in Los Angeles literally texted me this morning, is GLP-1 the same thing as Ozempic? And I said, yes. Are you considering finally doing this? You'd be shocked though. People talk about it way more here. It's like a secret in Los Angeles. I don't think he's too ripped. You don't get that muscle definition. That is like truly, that's the biggest thing with the OZ. You can't get muscle definition because you have nothing to build muscular. You're not eating as much. He's big on his protein goals. If you eat protein, you too can look like Luka Doncic.
Listen.
They say intermittent fasting is the true trick to everything.
If Ozempic is not against the rules, knock yourself out. Do it. He can be on that.
Oh, wait, that's
one of
so
those
funny. This is
and working out, and that's where he gets the definition
literal
from.
paragraph.
Yeah.
Doncic, still just 26 years old, is unquestionably a top-flight athlete, but he's never quite looked the Greek god part. And somehow that shortcoming too often has undercut his 5 All-NBA first-team nods and his 82 career triple-doubles. Last August, critics blasted him for looking fat and out of shape during a charity game. The moment the Mavs traded him to the Lakers in February, rumors leaked that Dallas didn't want to deal with his love of beer and hookah. Even this summer, the NBA web has chattered that Doncic is on Ozempic.
I mean... Like
he's slogging through 2-a-days in Croatia.
He's on.
It's a gluten-free, low-sugar diet that includes at least 250 grams of protein and 1 almond milk-fueled shake a day. He's just on a crazy diet. Who among us has not moved to Los Angeles and gone on a crazy diet? Nothing will fuel a borderline eating disorder quite like a move to Los Angeles.
Yeah, Luka's. He may be doing some of that stuff. He may be doing all of that stuff. But
I'm proud of him.
To initially get there and to maintain, he's absolutely getting some help from something somewhere. I don't know if there was a suction of some sort or if there's a pill or a shot he's been taking. That's not. Human bodies don't do that. That's all I'm saying. Human bodies don't go from what Luka was to this in a matter of how long? 3 months, 4 months? When he get traded, let's say it started, let's say the Mavericks, Nico was like, hey, Luka, you're too fat and out of shape. Get your fat ass up out of here. Go, bye, boom. Don't care what we get for you. You got to go. You're not going to be in shape. Luka's looking around like, Finley, can you help me? As Michael Finley reaches and takes another beer out of Luka Doncic's hands. Like, no, son, get the hell out of here. So let's say they send him to L.A., and they send him to L.A. in February, right? That's the trade deadline. Was that trade deadline February? Mm-hmm. February, March, April, May, June. That's barely 5 months. Let's say it's 5 full months, though. And let's say it started right when he hit the ground. He gets off the plane, and the medical staff and the training staff for the Lakers say, hey, Luka, we got this new diet for you. You're going to follow it. And Luka's like, great. Never mind all the beer and fried food that I've been addicted to and that I loved, according to reports that may or may not be true. Never mind any of that, because I can stop cold turkey anytime I wanted to, and I didn't stop in Dallas just because I didn't want to, but now I'm in LA and you guys are telling me to stop, so I'm gonna stop. And let's say it's 5 months, 5 full months to go from what he was to throw the picture back up.
It's not like he was a slob kebab. Like, I think it's a very real, all jokes aside, I think it's a very realistic, if you committed to 5 months of doing intense training twice a day, plus a incredibly restricted diet, taking alcohol out because you're fighting the inflammation of the things that you love, you can go from that to this. Now, maintenance is a different story. If you can do it, then can you maintain it? Because then you have to continue the lifestyle that you have committed to. Celebrities do it all the time for big movies.
And don't they do it with some help?
Not always. Okay. Because again, you cannot get muscle mass if you are on Ozempic. Now, there are other things, like having the curtain revealed and understanding that there are supplements and you can get a little bit of help. But I don't know. I've seen miracles happen with my own eyes. You'll see an actor who like one day is doing like an emaciated role, and the next he's Hugh Jackman as Wolverine.
And they're getting
one day
help.
Hugh
And they're
Jackman
getting
is
help.
tip-tap dancing his feet in The Music Man, and the next he's got veins bulging out,
I don't know why,
of his arm muscles.
I don't know why we've got to be taking random shots at Hugh Jackman. He's getting help also. I'm saying anytime
But your
I
help
see
can be
that,
as simple as a really effective nutrition and workout plan.
that's not
Yes,
it.
I swear.
That's not
the human
it.
body is incredible.
That's not
For
it.
my wedding, I only dedicated a real like tough to, and the difference between when I like went hard versus when I was like committed to it was massive. Like in the last
Dedicated a tough
month,
what?
like where I didn't eat any sugar, drank no alcohol, worked out twice a day.
Jessica, I was around you for
Yes.
most of the time before your wedding, and
Yes.
you were doing that for.
No, I
Yes,
was
you
still.
were.
I was having little treats here and there. I'm telling you, these are people who take
Jessica.
everything out.
Jessica, you were doing
I have been
it.
obsessed with the human body. I'm a girl. I'm a
You-
girl
you
in
were
America.
doing this for like a year. I remember, and you would have a day where you would have a meal.
Yes, and now he doesn't have the day with the meal.
One day with one meal
It
is
ruins
what-
everything. I'm not.
Okay.
When you're trying to fight
All
off
right.
inflammation, it completely derails. If you talk to people who are completely dedicated to like transforming their lives, transforming their bodies through nutrition and exercise, there is no room. Which is really gross. Like, don't abide by this. This is a professional athlete who's trying to like get to this point where his body is at the peak of athletic condition. So that you do call Luka Doncic a Greek god. But like, there is not a lot of room in these intense programs. That's why people fail out of them all the time, because you can only do it for so long, and then it's miserable. Did someone just knock on our door?
Come in.
Oh, ring, ring.
Yeah, no, okay. If you guys say so, I'd listen. I hope it helps them. Yeah, go ahead and bring them in. Frank, come on, have a seat, baby. You can have a seat right there, Frank. What up, man? Sit right there for me. No, right now, Frank, in that chair right there, we talking about Luka no longer being fat. I hope that it helps. And listen, before he did all of this, he was a 5-time All-NBA selection.
Yes. That's my point. It's not like he was going. It's not like he's a contestant on The Biggest Loser.
Wait.
He doesn't need Jillian Michaels on the case.
Wait. I'm not saying that before he did this, he was a 5-time All-NBA selection who was at the tip-top physical performance shape. I'm not saying that, and I don't think he was that close to it. My point is, even not being close to this, however he got here, it really doesn't matter as long as he's not breaking any rules. And let me take that back. It really doesn't matter as long as he doesn't get caught breaking any rules. If he was 5-time All-NBA before he got to this, what the hell is he going to be at this? This is why they don't give a damn what LeBron James is saying and doing in LA right now. Like, they're like, oh, we got skinny in shape Luka.
He's never going to be winded again.
Come on, man. Let's
and
go.
He's playing in Eurobasket. They got confirmation. Jokic is playing.
Mm-hmm.
Luka's playing, and Giannis is playing in Eurobasket.
Good.
That's going to be very, very fun.
Who's got Eurobasket?
I don't know.
Okay. So we'll be trying to
Where
find it.
can
trying
I
to watch it somewhere.
Eurobasket.
What you say, Jacob? Who's got it? Where is it? ESPN Plus. Oh,
I
if the
love
Plus has it.
ESPN
If the Plus has it, we're
I
good
never
to go.
have issues.
If we're good to go.
We're absolutely good to go. We have Jokic conversation to be had, but we'll do that later on in the show because Frank Bonner is in studio now. He is the Memphis Tigers football beat reporter for the Daily Memphian. He will join us after a quick break. We will catch up with him about the American Media Days, all the rumor and scuttlebutt around Memphis trying to get into the Big 12, plus the biggest storylines you need to know for the Memphis Tigers going into this season. That's Frank Bonner on the other side.
You ready? I've been ready. What are we waiting for?
Let's face it, there's a lot of trash talk in basketball, but the great teams let their performance do the talking. Like Ford F-150 with Pro Power on board, a class-exclusive industry-first feature that turns your truck into a mobile generator and leaves the competition speechless. Ford F-150, official truck of the Grizzlies. Greatness starts here at your Mid-South Ford dealer. Classes full-size pickups under 8,500 pounds. GBWR.
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans. Want exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals texted straight to you? Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
Sonic Radio. Welcome back to Sonic RNDIO. That spells radio with me, the CIO. This just in, the new Sonic $1.99 menu lets you build a crave-worthy meal for just $1.99 an item. Whether that's a creamy shake, crispy tots, or a quarter-pound double cheeseburger. This just out. Ostriches. They're mean, not very cute, and in my opinion, way too big for a bird. Don't miss the Sonic Fun 99 menu. 5 items, always $1.99. Live free, eat Sonic.
Tax not included. See menu for details.
Coach Thorpe, to his credit, also taught me, like, just simplify your game. Like, it doesn't have to be difficult. You don't have to do all the up and under stuff. Like, he always talks about getting to the second box. My biggest thing is just do what I can to make the right play. It doesn't, if it ends up in a shot, it does. If it ends up in a pass to an assist, it does. Shooting 72% is credit to, I guess the work I put in and my coach is helping me.
The Chris Vernon Show, live on weekdays at noon on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Scotty Scheffler ran away with the Open Championship this weekend. My God, this guy, he's not real. Have we reached the point with Scotty Scheffler where you don't have to care a thing about golf, but you still know there's a dude named Scotty Scheffler who is awesome at it?
He is solidified himself as one of the greats in the sport. At this point, probably of all time.
The Gary Parrish Show, live on weekdays at 10 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
What is the biggest Summer League accomplishment so far for this Grizzlies team?
Tuomas Isolo filling out his coaching staff. The Ryan Saunders hiring was essential. It was big time. You have a veteran NBA voice there.
Hey, Grizzlies fans, be sure to tune in to Grizzbeat, where the panel and I break down all things Grizzlies and take a look at the rest of the NBA as well. The show is live every Wednesday, 2 p.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
You get to the main event, and you hear the crowd. There's some rumblings in the crowd.
Here we go.
They say, "We want truth."
I love how John Cena said when they were chanting, "We want truth." You can't handle the truth.
There you go.
I loved it.
He takes me off, boom. Takes the mask off, boom. And it's our freaking truth. God, man, he cost John Cena the match.
Tune in to Grind City Wrestling weekly on the Grind City Media app and on the Grind City Media YouTube channel.
Welcome back. Frank Bonner is the Tigers football beat reporter for the Daily Memphian. He joins us in studio now. Frank, you just said, as we were in break, your AAC profile preview, and then you caught yourself and you're like, I can't call it the AAC anymore. Yeah. So you're just like the rest of us. You're struggling with this new rebranding of the American.
Yeah, right. I mean, AAC doesn't exist. We got to retire that apparently and just call it the American.
It is the American. You were at the American Media Days. Two main stories that ended up coming out of the American Media Days, and we'll start with the more, like, quote-unquote salacious one that I do feel like gained legs simply because it's the middle of the summer and everyone's grasping at straws for things to talk about, but the playbook giving away of the former Memphis player to the UTSA quarterback and UTSA having that. What did you make of that whole situation and what you learned about it from both coaches while you were at Media Days?
Well, both coaches kind of downplayed it in their own way. If you look at UTSA, they downplayed the contents of the information. They said it didn't make sense and it didn't impact how they prepared for the game, and so they basically said there wasn't any information to use. And then Silverfield didn't talk about the contents of the information, but he did, kind of downplay the significance of the loss. I think the quote was, if we had handled our business on the field and as a program, then this wouldn't even be a conversation. So they both kind of downplayed it in their own way. And then if you listen to Commissioner Tim Pernetti's comments, like, he downplayed it completely. Called it a non-story. And so I don't think that we're coming out of Media Days still talking about this much longer outside of maybe, for the next few days or so.
Right. My biggest takeaway at the end of the day was, one, like, shout out to Sam Shoemaker at University of Memphis and working for Cover 3 and the Tiger Sports Report and getting that story and reporting on it, because contrary to Tim Pernetti, like, it is a story. It's not a non-story. It's not clickbait. It is something that happened. But then the only other thing to take away from it is that Rael is a bad dude for doing it. Like, it was a bad character move for a player to essentially give away the playbook of his former team because he was disgruntled upon leaving.
Yeah, right.
Like, that's all you take away from it.
And then I know I saw that Purdue had put out a statement to some of the beat writers over there, and even the agency that represents Taj Rael put out a statement to kind of get ahead of it all. And so, like, to your point, it definitely wasn't a non-story because it was a part of the news cycle and should have been. But I think we've given it its due, I'd say.
I completely agree. What will never get its due and will constantly be circulating around the University of Memphis today, yesterday, for the last decade, is their attempts to get into the Big 12. And the big story last week of them offering $200,000 to, not 200, yeah, $200,000. Wait.
Million. 200 million. Yeah, 200 million.
Sorry, it's such an absurd amount of money. I can't wrap my brain around it. $200 million, along with the various stipulations, like the exit clause that they would that they offered the Big 12 to take them, even giving them like a lever to pull if they ultimately weren't making money for the league. And the Big 12 at this time has said, thanks, but no thanks, hasn't even done a formal vote on it. Tim Pernetti addressed this whole situation. How did you interpret his comments and kind of the difficult position that he is in as commissioner of the American? They're doing the rebranding. They're built to rise together. Memphis puts the graphic out, does the, party line of we're here, but underneath, they're trying desperately to get out.
Yeah, he didn't seem frustrated by it. I mean, he said that he admired their ambition, which is easier to say when the ambition failed, right?
Yes.
And so it's easy to say, oh, I admire their ambition. They took a big swing. I applaud them for that. When you look up in the next morning, they're still in your conference. Right. So it's easier to admire the ambition when you didn't lose them. And so, because Pernetti, he's an out-of-the-box thinker. He wants his programs, in the conference to be innovative. And if you look at that, you're like, okay, this is a program that's trying to think out of the box on getting out of the league. Well, right now, no other league wants them, at least the ones that they want to be in. So how can I use that to my advantage to keep them thinking innovative while they're still in the conference to build the conference? Now, if you look at it that way, it's obviously putting a major spin on it. But if you're in his shoes, you have no choice but to think that way because, everybody knows, and it's been known even before he got here, that Memphis wants out.
Right. And continues to hope for their way out.
Yeah, right.
And eventually he might be doing a different press conference where he's disappointed because Memphis has found their way out. But in the meantime, they are in the American. And you have a piece up at the Daily Memphian about how can Memphis win the American this year, which is something that they have not done. They haven't been to I was going to say AAC championship game. They haven't been to an American championship game since 2019. When you evaluate, what's been brought in, a lot of turnover this year for the Memphis football team. Where do you think their odds are in terms of being able to achieve that this season?
Well, look, I think if you look at the American as it is now, and you look at the resources that Memphis has to recruit in the transfer portal, I think every year Memphis should be expected to be one of the top teams. Now, will they be the top team? Well, there's too many unknowns to say. Like you said, it's a whole brand new roster. They've got a new quarterback and everything. But I do expect Memphis to be right there because they have no choice with the resources that they have compared to everybody else. Right? Obviously, Tulane is going to be right there in the mix. I think I know there wasn't an official media poll, but I think that if you look at the betting odds, Tulane is the favorite, especially since they got the QB from BYU coming in. And so, but Memphis should be right there. Memphis should, going into every year, they should be expected to be a top 3, top 4 team.
That quarterback situation is a little curious, but perhaps we got some insight given that Brendan Lewis, the Nevada transfer, did travel to American Media Days. Do you view this as a quarterback competition, or is it Brandon Lewis's job to lose?
I view it that way.
Okay.
That it's Lewis's job to lose, and technically, if he gets outperformed, there is an opportunity for him to lose it. But Brendan Lewis is going to be the starter. I think it's his job to lose, and I don't think he's going to lose.
Okay.
What's up with the renovations, man? I drove by Simmons Bank this weekend, actually. Stay over that way. We ended up darting across Hollywood to get somewhere, and it's still like going on. Is it going? When is it supposed to be done?
So the timeline is to be done ahead of the 2026 season,
Okay.
and everything that I've heard, they're still on track for that timeline.
Okay.
And so I haven't heard anything about them being behind on it. Obviously, they're still doing some funding, but they feel real strongly about where they are in the funding, and so it's going as it's supposed to be going. Now, obviously, the number on it has went up since it first started, right? It was originally announced at 220, and now it's went up a few million. It's like 226, but obviously that's kind of to be expected with inflation and all that. And then some of the changes that they've done to the plan of renovation, but as of right now, it's still on track to be ahead of the 2026 season.
Fred Smith recently passed, right? And you bringing up the renovations. Some of that money came from him, correct? From FedEx.
The $50 million match donation.
Right.
Yeah.
So with him being gone, are you getting any sort of first off, RIP, don't want me to be heartless and callous about it. A Memphis legend, somebody who helped shape the sports landscape and the entertainment landscape in the city, as well as having an incredible company in FedEx. But from a just purely sports standpoint, do you get any sort of a sense that they're scrambling, trying to find somebody else to take over as that big booster for the Memphis athletic department and the football team?
No, and this is just me softly poking around and asking around. I think the sentiment is that FedEx is still going to be that relationship with FedEx isn't going to go away because of the loss of Fred Smith, from my understanding, from what I'm able to kind of poke around and try to figure out. Now, I mean, I'm not trying to report anything or anything like that, but it seems like that relationship is still going to be strong.
I would think that there's connectivity there, and again, not to connect dots that don't deserve to be connected, but even through the reporting when the Big 12 turned down Memphis and Ross Dellinger's story and the anecdote that Memphis is ready to pay the $20.5 million via the House settlement, which then puts the onus on schools to pay the players themselves, and not every quote-unquote group of five or whatever we're calling the non-power conference schools has that ability, but Memphis is saying we do, and I would think connected through all of that is FedEx, AutoZone, Lowe's, and the strong money that exists from all of those, and the alumni base too.
Yeah, so those three names you said, I don't anticipate those three names, including FedEx, going anywhere.
And they're also getting this new added revenue system of using the Simmons Bank Liberty Stadium as a concert venue. Like the Chris Brown concert in, October, I think. Sure. I guess I wasn't really aware of how many, and I don't know if it's many, but other universities that are using their football stadiums to put on concerts like that. And ultimately, when you own the football stadium, it gives you the ability to kind of book these acts. I was talking to someone at Colorado State who works in their football program, and the Colorado State athletic department rebuilt their football stadium a few years ago, and it cost a lot of money, but now they're hosting concerts. They just hosted a big professional bull riding event there. And so it kind of opens up this future where Simmons Bank Liberty Stadium can be used for so much more than just Tigers football. And then obviously they've been, RIP, having been used for, I almost called them the Memphis Express. Not the Memphis Showboats. And also with the Southern Heritage Classic being kind of the mainstays there.
Well, and then when you were talking about the renovations, like the renovation of that north tunnel is a big piece of that, right? Because one of the main deterrents of that was the north tunnel was so narrow, you can't get those 18-wheelers in there. So once you renovate that, there will be more opportunities for that. But the interesting thing about the Chris Brown situation is that this is happening before the north tunnel renovation is complete. Yeah. And so I'm curious to see how that's going to work out.
We will see. What do you think is the biggest storyline going into camp as it gets started for the Tigers?
Well, obviously, it's the quarterback situation, right?
Sure.
And it's not just about the battle, but it's just look at who you lost and, Seth Hennigan. Mm-hmm. If Brendan Lewis ends up being the starter, will he be able to continue to carry that torch and be that bridge gap for what everybody expects to be, A.J. Hill, the future? So obviously the quarterback situation is the main storyline. Outside of that, outside of roster situation, it's, is this going to be the year that Memphis breaks through the ceiling of at least getting to the championship game? Even if you lose, can you get there, right? So I think that those two are probably the biggest two storylines. It's just, there's so many new faces.
How hard is that with the way the transfer portal is working? Because the portal doesn't open once. It opens right as the season ends, and then it closes for a little bit, and then it opens right before like spring football starts, and then it closes, and then spring football ends, and it opens again. Like, what's the attrition rating like? How hard is it for you to keep up with who's here and who's not, and where everybody is right now?
You gotta. Well, I will say, like, during spring ball, like spring camp, when you have those media availabilities and you have those opportunities to ask for players, like, that part is very important in terms of just knowing these players' backgrounds, talking to them about like where their mindset is, why they came to Memphis, and just kind of getting some of that, back reporting so you feel like you know these guys. And so that's a big piece of it. And then obviously you're just always on top of the roster, right? Because, sometimes there may be a situation where a player leaves the program or is in the portal and it doesn't necessarily become news. Well, sometimes you can catch that if you're just constantly looking at the roster to see if there's any guys who are added or subtracted. And so, it's a process, right? But the spring ball is a big piece of it. But like you said, sometimes you lose guys after that.
What position do you think they're the strongest at this year?
It's between, I'm going to say running back. Just because we know what's there. Like, what's there in Greg DeRosier. You feel like what's there in a healthy Sutton Smith. Malachi Breland looks like a guy who can, take that Brendan Thomas role, that short yardage back, and then you've got Frank there. But the linebacker group, it doesn't matter what happens with the linebacker group from the year before. One thing you know is that Jordan Hankins, previously linebacker coach, still is linebacker coach, but now DC, he's going to retool that linebacker group. You've got Brumfield there, who I think is going to be a stud. Okay. And so I would say those two positions.
Last but not least, in your most recent piece for the Daily Memphian, or maybe not your most recent, but on the Can Memphis Compete for the American this year, you talk a little bit about Ryan Silverfield, and you linked to this coaching ranking system that ESPN did this summer. And I want your take on this, because for people who missed it, it's a multi-leveled ranking. So there's like an original ranking that would have the coaches that you would assume as to be named the best coaches in the sport. But then they have not algorithm, but an analytic approach to determining, based on how many years they've coached, based on the expectations, outperforming previous experience and previous wins at a school, like how that all factors in. It all comes out to Ryan Silverfield being ranked 16th in the best active football coaches in 2025. But I'll put a caveat. He's on the list of minimum of 4 years. Then there's another list of 1 to 3 years. It's very convoluted. But somewhere out there, Ryan Silverfield is ranked number 16 on best coaches in the sport this year.
Yeah, and I think, and we talked a little off air, I think it was their attempt to trying to be as unbiased as they could in creating this formula and saying, like, based off the numbers and wins and all that. And, it was as unbiased as I feel like they felt they could get.
And it makes sure that non-power coaches are included in the listing.
Yeah, because in the list, Jeff Traylor was ranked pretty
number
high.
9. Yeah, so the top 10 is Ryan Day, Josh Heupel, Kirby Smart, James Franklin, Dabo Swinney, Dan Mullen, Lane Kiffin, Brian Kelly, and then Jeff Traylor at number 9, rounding out the top 10, Mike Gundy, and then Barry Odom, Billy Napier, Kalen DeBoer, Kyle Whittingham, Jeff Brom, and then Ryan Silverfield at number 16. Yes, I know. This list makes no sense.
Right, and so, but
it's great that there is some recognition of the job that Ryan Silverfield has done at Memphis, particularly these last 2 seasons after, we can call it a rocky-ish start to those first 3 years.
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
But, 21-5 in the last 2 years, great from a wins-loss standpoint. Everybody's just waiting for the can to drop on the conference championship.
Yeah.
Like, if he's able to add that to his tenure, then that would be a major boost for him. But at some point, he has to get that on his resume.
Fans feel like they really need that to be on the resume. I will say, though, our chat question of the day, what are reasonable expectations for Memphis football this season? 42%, 9+ wins is good. 31%, Damn the wins. Get in a new conference.
Well,
21%, anything less than playoff is a bust. And 6%, got to win the Natty, baby, because you always got to get some delusional dreamers out there.
yeah, and even the playoff, even last year when they were expected to win the conference, having that be a boom or bust bar is difficult to do because it's not all in your control, right? You do have, Boise and those teams over in other conferences that are being compared to you. So
I was almost going to say SMU, but they were in the ACC, so.
yeah, right. I think they're being compared to other
Right.
teams by now. But you would like to see Memphis
have a chance. Be in a conversation of being the non-power representative for the majority of the season.
Yeah, right. You want to go into that Thanksgiving game still seeing that there's a shot for you to be a top 2 team coming out of the regular season.
Frank, we appreciate you. You can find all of Frank's latest at the Daily Memphian. Follow him on Twitter X at Frank_Bonner2. We'll catch up with you as the season gets started.
All right.
But thanks for being here. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back on the other side. We will get into some other sports stories from the weekend, the Treylon Burks news. Nikola Jokic was real happy about a horse race, WNBA action as well. That's all when we come back.
You ready? I've been ready. What are we waiting for?
Let's face it, there's a lot of trash talk in basketball, but the great teams let their performance do the talking. Like Ford F-150 with Pro Power on board, a class-exclusive industry-first feature that turns your truck into a mobile generator and leaves the competition speechless. Ford F-150, official truck of the Grizzlies. Greatness starts here at your Mid-South Ford dealer. Class is full-size pickups under 8,500 pounds, GBWR.
Shinedown. Dance Kid Dance Tour. Live in Memphis. FedEx Forum, Saturday, August 30th. With special guests, Bush and Morgan Wade. Get tickets now at livenation.com. Shinedown, live in concert. For more, visit shinedown.com.
Catch us if you can at Southland Casino Hotel and win your share of up to $1.8 million in free play and prizes. Join us for drawings every Saturday in May, June, and July. Each month, over 900 winners will take home free play or drive off in a new car or motorcycle. Be there for all 6 grand finale drawings and try to catch us if you can, only at Southland Casino Hotel. Must be 21 up. Play responsibly. For help quitting, call 800-522-4700.
So let's start with the Jaw 3, the graffiti, New York versus New York.
New York? That box is so that box is fresh. I'm actually happy to see a new box. It's time for
box is fresh.
the first and the second one with the same box. I see a
Yeah.
different box now, so
And
that's fresh.
And the graffiti letter A looks cool. Yeah, they look
that's
cool.
tight. I like that.
The Sneak Fest Show, live Tuesdays at 2 p.m. on Grind City Media on X, YouTube, and the official Grind City Media mobile app.
Scotty Scheffler ran away with the Open Championship this weekend. My God, this guy, he's not real. Have we reached the point with Scotty Scheffler where you don't have to care a thing about golf, but you still know there's a dude named Scotty Scheffler who is awesome at it?
He is solidified himself as one of the greats in the sport. At this point, probably of all time.
The Gary Parrish Show, live on weekdays at 10 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
What is the biggest Summer League accomplishment so far for this Grizzlies team?
Tuomas Isalo filling out his coaching staff. The Ryan Saunders hiring was essential. It was big time. You have a veteran NBA voice there.
Hey, Grizzlies fans, be sure to tune in to Grizbeat, where the panel and I break down all things Grizzlies and take a look at the rest of the NBA as well. The show is live every Wednesday, 2 p.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
You get to the main event, and you hear the crowd. There's some rumblings in the crowd.
Here we go.
They say, We want truth.
I love how John Cena said when they were chanting, "We want truth." You can't handle the truth.
There you go.
I loved it.
He takes the knee off, boom. Takes the mask off, boom. And it's our freaking truth. God, man, he cost John Cena the match.
Tune in to Grind City Wrestling weekly on the Grind City Media app and on the Grind City Media YouTube channel.
Welcome back. Big thanks to Frank Bonner for coming in studio. On his way out, he reminded us that the last time he was on the show, he tried to get a nickname going for Simmons Bank Liberty Stadium, and he was trying to call it the Bank.
I think you were trying to call it the Bank.
No, he was. I'm not taking his credit.
Okay, was
I'm
he trying to call
stealing
it
his
the
idea.
Bank?
He
Okay.
called it the Bank.
All right.
And then we said we would try to help, and then I don't think we ever called it the Bank again, and that's on us.
All right.
So this year, I'm going to try to remember to call it the Bank.
Okay.
The Bank is open.
Okay, here we go. Open on Saturdays. Yeah. Let's go.
Breezy at the Bank.
Breezy at the Bank. That's got a nice alliteration to
I
it.
listened to a lot of Chris Brown this weekend.
Really? Why?
Yeah.
Just because?
One of my friends is a big Chris Brown fan.
Oh.
Big Breezy fan.
I didn't realize he carried weight like that.
I've learned this.
Yeah.
And more people than you expect
Yeah.
are like rabid Chris Brown fans.
I love Chris Brown.
Yes. And can do no wrong.
Yeah.
Separating the art from the artist. I've always struggled a bit with that one myself. I used to love Chris Brown, and then I kind of separated. That's just me. You do you. I don't care.
Again, if Chris Brown wants to be nasty, then damn it, I'm here for it. I love a good nasty Chris Brown
Yeah, but like not
song.
violent.
There's
Towards
a
women.
difference in violence and nastiness.
Yeah,
Like there's something different entirely.
Thanks, babe.
Just bring that in, drop a brush in. All right.
That was so nice.
Come on. No, you're not on camera. Oh,
God, get him out of here.
Get out of here. You want to come hug her so we can fit
No,
this in the
goodbye.
next clip?
Let's move on to some pertinent stories from the weekend that we
Pertinent.
have
How
to get into.
pertinent are they?
Treylon Burks is injured again for the Titans.
Again, I ask, how pertinent are they?
I feel bad for the guy.
Yeah, I feel bad
He
for
has
him,
had
absolutely.
terrible injury
Yeah.
luck. And in the most Treylon Burks of ways, he got hurt diving for a sick catch. And he completed the catch. But he also fractured his collarbone in the process of doing so, and he will at least likely miss the start of the season. He has not had a healthy season since being drafted by the Titans, which I don't think is his fault. I think the NFL gods put a curse upon the Titans on their receiving core the minute they traded A.J. Brown for that pick, and they said, I'm sorry, this guy is destined to get hurt every year to remind you how terrible of a business decision it was to trade A.J. Brown to the Eagles. It's not Treylon Burks' fault. He just happened to be the player they took at 18.
Hey, listen, it hadn't worked. The injuries suck. It's part of sports. It absolutely sucks. But when he played before injuries, it wasn't
great.
Was he?
Yes. I remember watching
okay.
Treylon Burks and KJ Jefferson at Arkansas.
Okay, at Arkansas.
Yeah, I thought that Treylon Burks was destined to be an at bare minimum good consistent receiver in the NFL.
In the NFL, what has he been?
He's been hurt every single year.
I'm not sure
He's
if
also had
that's
2
the case.
brutal concussions,
Okay.
which I think are actually a bigger deal than, I don't want to say it's a bigger deal than an ACL injury that kept him out of last year. I think he had an MCL problem as well, and now he has a collarbone. I think he had a toe thing. He's had a lot of injuries. But when he has played, he has had flashes. Teresa Walker just said last week he was looking good again.
Wait. That's coming from Teresa. This time of the year, I love Teresa Walker.
She is high on the Titans.
I love her with all of my heart.
Yeah.
This time of the year, everybody on the Titans looks damn good. They look. The Titans look ready to compete for a Super Bowl.
Yeah, anyone Cam Ward throws to.
Year, this time of the year, talking to Teresa Walker.
I literally, on our way back from Lake Pickwick, at some point, I don't even know what made me say it, but I just audibly go to Chris, I go, man, Cam Ward can be really good this year.
Oh, come on.
But it's
Cam Ward.
Did you not see the catch and throw to Calvin Ridley?
Was that the pass and triple coverage everybody was losing their mind about? Like Calvin Ridley isn't going to get his block knocked off if he can hit?
I am very anti, that's the wrong way to put it. I'm not a believer in the Calvin Ridley wide receiver one experience. Like, show it to me and then I will believe in it. But now he has lost one of his receivers. So it's Calvin Ridley, it's Tyler Lockett.
Okay, where was Burks going to realistically fit in at?
I don't know, CJ, but there's always been a chance for him to be great, and every year he just dies.
Great. Was he going to get more than 500 yards receiving? this year?
What if this was the year?
Okay. Well.
But now you'll never know. You're, you're trapped
I know.
in the what could have been if
don't
Treylon
nobody
Burks did
else
not get
know.
hurt window.
I know two things. I know Luka's getting some help. I know Treylon Burks is going to be like the fourth or fifth receiver.
You do not understand what can happen to a human body if you simply commit. Did you not watch The Biggest Loser? It was a horrible show. They're coming out with a documentary about it, and I can't wait to watch it.
Why was it a horrible show?
Because it essentially put people in a situation, they were like, don't eat, starve yourself, work out, because if you lose the most amount of weight on the show, you're going to win a boatload of money. And it didn't teach anybody healthy, sustainable habits. I'm not saying Luka has a whole team behind him that can give him healthy, sustainable habits to use for the rest of his playing career if he wants to. You just have to be, you have to be in the right mind space. You have to have something that pushes you into the dedication
he gets traded
of that.
And he's in the right mind space.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Do you know what living in Los Angeles does to a person?
No, I don't, because I live above the influence of LA.
Well,
I'm sorry.
I have a personal experience.
The coastal elites won't get at me.
Everybody is skinny there.
Oh, well, God
all
bless
the
them.
time.
And they're all getting
You
help.
go to the coffee shop and every girl is in a sports bra and spandex, and you're forced to reckon with, God, her body is great.
All right.
Same thing goes for all the men.
I guess
all the
Luka
men are
was-
buff as hell.
Okay.
Luka just wants to fit in.
Okay. All
He
right.
looked to his right and he saw the Hollywood sign.
But it's to the left, isn't it?
Whatever.
Okay.
Miley Cyrus is bringing Hannah Montana back.
Oh, no.
Anyway, not to slide that into the Treylon
Wait,
Burks
what happened?
Luka conversation.
How?
She's apparently bringing a Hannah Montana
Tour?
something. No, we don't know what it is. But just know it's for me.
But doesn't the show end and everybody knows who Hannah Montana is?
Yeah, it's not like really a
Okay.
show. I think
All
it's just bringing the music. I don't think she's been
Oh.
comfortable singing the tunes of
she's
HM.
gonna sing
Maybe.
the Hannah Montana song.
We can only hope.
Okay. What's the one she's supposed to sing? This is what
Best
dreams are made
both
of.
worlds?
Oh, okay.
That's not even her song.
Oh, I'm
That's
sorry.
Lizzie McGuire.
Whatever. I apologize.
You claim to be a Hillary Duff fan.
No. I'm a Hillary Duff.
Duff?
I'm a Hillary Duff. As I slow down, the Hillary Duff comes up and I just get all flustered. I'm a Hillary Duff appreciator. I appreciate Hillary Duff.
As one should.
Oh, boy. Speaking of going out to L.A., my word. Oh.
Did you watch any WNBA action this weekend?
I watched. No, I didn't. I didn't catch anything.
We had a Fever Sky game. But is it really a Fever Sky game if Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese are both out at this point in time? The answer is yes. Of course, it's still a Fever Sky game. But it does lose some of its luster that we have become accustomed to in the Fever Sky experience. Fever won easily, 93-78. Angel Reese was out. I think the Sky are like 1-8 without Angel Reese. They go from bad to exceptionally bad, and they don't just lose. They lose by double digits, and a lot of times they lose by 30. So maybe you can treat a 15-point loss as an improvement to the other times that they've had to play without Angel Reese. I do think lost in the Caitlin Clark absence conversation, we have not talked nearly enough about how great Kelsey Mitchell has been this season, and she was fantastic yesterday. She joined Caitlin Clark as the only players in Fever history to record 35-plus points, 5-plus assists, and 5-plus made threes in a game. She had 7 threes in the win for the Fever. She's averaging 20 points. She's shooting over 46%. She's been really aggressive as a scorer, as a facilitator. She's been like a hustler on both ends of the court. She has been solid all year.
All without using her right hand. May as well tie that thing behind her back.
She's not going to say she's ambidextrous. She's the opposite. She's single-handed.
Just dexterous.
She's dexterous.
Monodextrous is what we call that. This is the most left-handed player I've seen and since Golden Tate in high school. Golden Tate he could cross you over and the ball never touched his hand. He would real life throw the ball all the way over here, get it with the left, and come back and finish with the left, and you knew it was going to happen. He'd be driving right with his left hand, and then spin and finish with the left hand. It was some incredible stuff. Kelsey Mitchell is having a hell of a season.
She is.
You are correct.
I like this new little graphic with the W. Look at it, matches my hoodie.
Oh, yeah.
It looks like a little WNBA flag. It does.
All rise for the WNBA national
All
anthem.
rise.
It's some Glorilla song.
Other takeaways from the weekend in the MVP race is continuing to be hot because Alyssa Thomas will not stop. Like, she has been insane all season, and she had 27, 11, and 8 for the Mercury yesterday. First player in WNBA history to reach 150 rebounds, 175 assists through 20 games of the season. She is the greatest challenger at this point to Nafisa Collier, and I do think we are entering a 1A, 1B situation where they could fluctuate as we continue through the season. Mercury are 16-9, third in the WNBA.
Yeah, and she's the reason why.
Yes.
When you've got somebody who can create for others and score buckets and be a good rebounder and an anchor for you on the defensive side of the ball, like that's a recipe for success. That's somebody who is going to be right there come the end of the season for MVP consideration. And we've seen her do this with the Sun the past, 2-3 seasons, where it was this right here. And the Sun managed to get to a couple of semifinals. Unfortunately, never got to. Did they get to a final? I think they got to one WNBA final. They got to one WNBA final. And when you have her on the team, that allows for you to be able to free everybody else up. Everybody gets to feed off of and play off of her. And that's an odd position for people to have to play off of, because so many times, typically, the ball-dominant player, the player you're running the offense through, is your guard. Right. You're running it through whoever you got at the point guard spot or whoever you've got out there on the perimeter. And so everybody's accustomed to trying to stop that from happening. Well, now AT comes in and you're running everything through her. It makes everything a bit more difficult for defenses, that the uniqueness of it all. And she does it at a super high level. Jokic does things similar to this, where the Nuggets say, okay, Jokic ball in the high post, just make a play for somebody. AT does that as well.
The Sun made it to the finals twice in the last 6 years.
Okay.
They lost to the Mystics in 2019, and then they lost to the Aces in 2020. Speaking of the Aces, did you see that they moved Jewell Loyd to the bench?
No.
Jewell Loyd had the worst game of the season on Friday. I think she went 0 for 10. She has been really struggling, and I was like lukewarm on the Kelsey Plum trade, Jewell Loyd to the Aces when it happened, but I never anticipated Jewell Loyd struggling as much as she had. She has one of the worst field goal percentages in the league this season, but they moved her to the bench yesterday, and the Aces won, and she had 20 points, and I think she was 6 of 11. She had an effective scoring night off the bench, and perhaps that unlocks something. I will say her only 20-point games of the season yesterday was against, who was it against yesterday? Sorry. That's my bad. The Wings. Okay. Duh. Did you see the Paige Beckers clip of her asking the ref if she needed her glasses?
They were. Dejanay Carrington was having a moment on Twitter. I came across WNBA content on my social media feed. Yeah. So there's a clip of Paige just constantly after every call twirling the fingers, challenge, and somebody's like, Paige, put your finger down, stop it. And Dejanay had a funny little comment. She and who's the one they traded to the Aces? Nalissa?
Yeah, Nalissa.
So there was a moment where Nalissa blocks her shot, and then Dejanay goes down and acts like, well, she blocks it, but it's a foul called. I think it's very clearly a foul. And so she gets on the Twitter and finds the clip and is like, hey, stop flopping. So she was having a fun little moment on Twitter back and forth. I think that with Loyd going to the bench, the Aces are missing particular things from that championship run that they went on. One of them is a stud coming off of the bench, a star coming off of the bench. And that's what Kelsey Plum was. We're just instant offense coming off the bench. So maybe moving her to the bench, she can fill that void. Now, they're still missing a whole lot of other pieces. It's waiting on Chelsea Gray to get back to what she was, and maybe she's just not ever going to get back to that.
And that's the Jewell Loyd experience, too. Everyone's been waiting for her to get back to what she was.
But maybe Jewell Loyd can be, for this version of the Aces, what Kelsey Plum was for that version of the Aces, where it is instant offense off of the bench. And maybe that'll help them out some.
They're 13-13.
Asia's doing her damnedest.
Yeah.
Asia's out there in the AKA Asia ones. I don't know what we're calling them. I'm going to call them AKAs, whatever they're called. Okay. She's out there in those, balling out of control constantly. And she's getting little to no help from anybody else out there on the court. So maybe this will free Loyd up. It'll be a bit more touches for her, where she's coming in and she is the primary offensive weapon or the secondary offensive weapon for that second unit for the Aces. Maybe this will help them out some.
Speaking of Kelsey Plum, the Sparks beat the Liberty on Saturday, and the big story out of that game, Brianna Stewart got hurt. And the Liberty reported yesterday that while she got hurt, they did imaging and they Brianna Stewart avoided significant injury to that leg. That said, the wording of the report would lead me to believe the Liberty played the Wings tonight. I would assume Brianna Stewart is out. They're on a 4-game road trip. She's probably out for all of it, which is such a bummer because do you know what Wednesday is?
What?
Liberty Lynx. Finally, we've made it to July 30th, and we're going to get to see Liberty Lynx, and Brianna Stewart might be out. And I saw someone say, like, yeah, they should sit her so that they don't show all their cards and because it's at Minnesota. And then when they play at New York, and I was like, can we just see the 2 best teams in the league play against each other at full strength? Please. I've been waiting for this matchup. I don't want to see Liberty win. Whatever, Liberty Wings. Sorry, Paige Beckers.
Is she playing?
I think she rested last night so that she could play today. But like, come on.
They
the
just
Sparks
got
are going to
John Quayle back, too.
Brink back.
Yeah.
Finally.
Yeah. I was trying to remember, and I meant to read this, so me being bad at my job. What was it? Was it an all-season workout where she ends up messing up her ACL?
Or was it early camp?
Was it camp?
I'm
Either way it goes.
Sure there is no off-season.
Either way it goes, like, I don't think she played at all last year. She didn't play at all last year, so it's got to be a camp or something type.
But
injury.
I think it was, she got drafted.
Yep.
It was camp.
Injured.
And then she was injured. And then I don't think she even played a preseason game.
No, I don't think she did either. Either way it goes.
She's been out for 13 months.
She's ready to go now.
Yeah.
She's out there, all that. They're saying that it's just conditioning and getting caught up with what the team is doing from an on-court standpoint.
No, she did play. It was in a game.
It was in a game?
Yep.
Okay.
We just missed it because it's so early last season, and that rookie class in its totality, led by the big names of Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. Cameron Brink would have been right in there with her rookie play that season, and then she wasn't available, and so out of sight, out of mind. But
putting up shots.
Yeah.
Looking good. Ready to go.
Yeah.
So much of Cameron Brink is one of the best fashionistas in the W.
She's literally a model.
And you can forget that is a hooper right there. What she was in college was tremendous.
Yes.
And so getting to see her and what they're able to do, the Lynx using her, because so much about I won't say why they're bad, but part of the reason why they're struggling the way that they're struggling now is because they were banking on that piece, Cameron Brink coming out. It's not a whole lot of women in the W. What is she, 6'8", 6'9"? I think she's got to be tallest or tied for the tallest.
She's 6'4", but
6'4"? Are you sure?
She's 6'4".
Still, there's not a whole lot of women that tall in the W,
She's
right?
6'4".
It's like 6 or 7 maybe taller than what she is. And so having that out there on the court will absolutely free some people up, and she'll be able to finish and be a tremendous rim protector, rebounder for them as well. So I look forward to seeing her when she gets out there into play. Only 6'4". I feel like that's not true.
Only 6'4".
That's not true. She's got to be 6'8".
She's 6'4". I hate to break it to you. I think at 6'4", she's not even the tallest person on her team.
6'4"?
Azura Stevens is 6'6".
Get out of here.
She just carries herself so tall.
So tall.
So tall.
So very, very tall.
To
I
be
was
fair,
like, oh, she's Brittany Griner's
You
height.
said, what did you say, 6'9"?
6'8"?
6'8"?
Yeah.
I would have just rolled with it. I would have, if I hadn't had her name in front of me to click on and see her official height. Because it
6'4".
feels that way.
Get out of here.
Other NBA player in another country story of the weekend. I feel like we've had a very international flair of our NBA coverage with John, China, and Luka all set to play in Eurobasket and looking svelte. We also had images of Nikola Jokic emerge from this weekend. And I'm not sure I've ever seen Nikola Jokic so happy and emotional in his life because his horse won a race. This happened in Serbia. And his reaction to his horse winning was incredibly emotional. He was in tears. He hopped the fence, ran over to the horse, and are we calling it a driver, a jockey? There's wheels on the horse. I don't know how we'd use the terminology over in Serbia, but Jokic just thrilled. He does champagne showers with everybody. My favorite thing, though, was his quote from after this.
Look at this man.
He said,
he didn't hug anybody like this.
No,
after
Jamal
winning
Murray's
the
probably feeling
championship.
some kind of way. He said, I've experienced all my biggest victories and all my biggest defeats in this sport. All my biggest achievements and all my biggest failures. The NBA is actually just a side quest for Nikola Jokic. And I think we make too much of the, he doesn't even care about it. No, of course he cares about it. He's really good at it. But this man loves Horses. This is his passion.
This isn't even the good video. The good video gets him climbing over the fence to celebrate. And you see the tears in his eyes as he's running out there to hug the jockey and the horse and everybody affiliated with it. And then in the background, there's another video of him losing his mind, popping the champagne. When he popped the champagne after winning the NBA Finals, he's like, okay, here's a bottle. Let me open it. I popped it.
He said, I did my job, I go home.
I go home.
Because he wanted to go back to his horses and eventually get to this great achievement of having one of his horses win such an important race. I wish I knew the stakes of the race. It could provide some context for just how important this horse race was.
Listen, for regular people, you say, hey, do you want to win the horse race Jokic just won, or do you want to win the NBA Finals? Most of us are going to say, yo, NBA Finals, easy, hands down. Jokic is like, no. Give me the horse race. Yeah. All of my, what did you say? All of my biggest victories, all of my greatest defeats come in this sport. How does that make you feel, NBA?
In this sport.
Knowing that that's his mentality, and he's out there working y'all. Yeah. Jokic is the best basketball player in the world right now. Luka's going to go out there doing 360s, and y'all going to be telling me that, it's just diet and exercise. And I'm like, okay, fine. But for right now, Jokic is the best basketball player on the planet. And he's like, but I don't even care about this. That's what I really care about.
You know, I can't get over your take on this Luka thing because I agree with you in the smallest of ways. From
I'm right.
Learning that celebrities often
ways.
Have help. And sometimes athletes do. And the help can be as simple as somebody who is forcing you to be on a strict diet and exercise regime. But I think about people who are like, God, if I just get in the gym for 5 months,
that's all it's going to take.
I too can be ripped enough to be on the cover of Men's Health magazine.
He's just eating right and working out twice a day.
Because women have been bamboozled, led astray for years. Like, hey, if I do that, because reading those kind of magazines, especially like a women's health mag or like a Cosmo or an Us Weekly, like when you were a kid, they would always do it like, how did she get this body? And it was always something. So I just eat chicken and rice and broccoli every day. I just get in the gym, and then all these years later, you're like, they've been on Ozempic the whole time.
That's all I'm trying to prevent.
I understand.
That's all I'm trying to prevent.
I don't want to say you're right, but I appreciate the added perspective.
As the furthest right person.
To protect body image issues from occurring with others.
Person.
Yeah. That's
right,
you.
Don't think that you can do what Luka just is claiming that he's doing. All right.
We're going to see that man do something in Eurobasket that is going to cause everybody to lose their damn minds.
And we're all just supposed to pretend like, no. He could do that.
I think in that article he claims that his vertical is better than when he went through the pre-draft workout process. I'm like, we're doing this. We're doing this. To go back to Jokic for a moment.
Yeah.
The Jokic horse thing was a wonderful comedy event of the internet. The more interesting Jokic-related news, I thought, was the picture of Jokic's agent that Jokic's agent posted on his Instagram page with LeBron James and Maverick Carter, not seen on a boat. Like, he's posting on his grid on the boat. And the caption was, the summer of 2025 is the perfect time to make big plans for the fall of 2026. And I saw so many people jump to, oh my God, is Luka going to play for the Lakers, or is LeBron going to play for Denver? And I immediately thought something else, which I then felt very validated because Worldwide Woj on, or not Woj, Worldwide Wob on X also went back to this article that I have had in the back of my brain for a minute now, which was an ESPN report that Maverick Carter had been approached by a bunch of really rich people to try to help lead the way of this new league that could perhaps challenge the NBA over in Europe. And I think it's 6 men's teams, 6 women's teams. There is a ton of private equity involved. So they're looking for like $5 billion at the time. I think this was back in December or January. They were looking for $5 billion to start getting this thing off the ground. And when I saw Maverick Carter with Jokic's agent, who's very involved in Eurobasket, and I think was the founder of a league over in Europe as well, I was like, I wonder if there could be some attempt to, as we try to figure out what LeBron James's post-NBA life is going to look like, what his legacy is going to be when he's done playing. And we've gotten a little bit away from the immediacy of expansion, because there's always been this belief that like LeBron's going to be the one to bring a team to Las Vegas. But we've kind of put a pin in that for Vegas, for Seattle for the moment. What if they were able to get LeBron James as a part of the like business strategy plan of this new league in Europe? So I'm not saying it's happening. I just was very intrigued by the timing of it.
Oh, I thought they were going to get LeBron and Mav into horse racing. Like, hey, look.
Oh, that too.
Look at how much fun Jokic is having with these horses.
I
look
like that idea.
How emotional he is. You think winning a championship for your hometown is great? That's nothing, LeBron. Get over there and race these damn horses.
Maybe they're just trying to grow horseback racing.
Yeah.
Fair.
That's what I'm thinking.
We don't have wheels on our horses.
No.
Maybe we should.
Maybe Jokic should pit a horse in the Derby, in the Kentucky Derby.
That doesn't seem to be his style.
It's horse racing.
Yeah, but I don't know the differences here.
Okay. All
Because
right.
otherwise, why hasn't he? If he loves horses so much.
Somebody do.
He loves horses in his home country.
Oh.
He doesn't like our American horses.
But you don't have to have.
Seabiscuit doesn't do it
You don't
for
have to
him.
have horses
American
born over
Pharaoh.
here. You don't have to have.
No, you can bring a horse.
Yeah, because there were a couple of
They
Japanese
travel.
horses.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the future. Anyway, I'm interested.
Okay.
But it would be crazy. Imagine LeBron, Jokic, and Svelte Luka on one team. Lakers fans would drool.
Oh, they lose their minds. They lose their mind. Jokic is cooking these dudes, not caring. Well, let me not say not caring. Jokic is cooking these dudes right now, caring more about horse racing than he does about the NBA. And Jokic is also not physically. He's no Giannis.
Put
Jokic in LA. Let the LA air hit him. Let the pressure from the Hollywood sign hit him. Like, oh no, I've got to get in some shape.
Yeah.
And we could be looking at Jokic in what 5? It took Luka 5, and Luka wasn't really motivated apparently. So it'll probably take Jokic, I don't know, 3 or 4.
I think
Jokic will come out looking like Shaq in '94, and then what are they going to do with him?
If they could convince Jokic to go the way of the LA diet life, that would be like the ultimate stamp that if you move to LA, it changes you. Because I think Jokic is pretty unchangeable.
Yeah.
I do job, I go home, I go do my chariot races in Serbia, and I have a good time.
Chariot races.
That's what they said. That's what Kip in the chat said. He said Jokic is into chariot racing. We don't do that here. He goes old school. There's history
Shout out
there.
to Ben-Hur. All right,
Yeah.
but yeah, Jokic goes over there, drops all that weight, and all Jokic has to do is what Luka did, which is eat chicken and rice and work out 2 times a day.
No, it's like what, however many milligrams of protein.
Yeah,
Not
get down.
milligrams is too small. Grams of protein.
Get down to the grams of it all. Just
Do
measure
you know
your
we've all
food
been
out.
got by the protein movement?
Yes.
Like it's just the big protein movement.
Yeah, just
We
eat.
all eat good enough protein.
Just eat. Good
Yeah.
Lord, eat.
I became
vegetables.
a protein fiend.
Do your best, eat vegetables, man.
Yeah.
Do your best.
And get
eat
your protein in places.
Get protein where you're supposed to get
Get some
protein.
fiber.
It ain't
That's
that
very
damn-
important.
It ain't that damn complicated, man.
Well, I'm sorry. If we
Stay
wanted
away
to
from
look like
processed
Luka, we
foods.
would have to do
Well,
for
listen.
my fun.
But-
That almond butter shake is doing
Oh my
work
gosh.
for that man's body. One a day. One a day. That's like when I used to do juice
almond butter
cleanses.
shake.
At the end of the day, you got an almond shake, and it tasted like the greatest thing that you would ever have because you've been drinking green juice and beet juice and carrot juice all day, and then you'd get this one almond shake, and you're like, "This is my little treat." Maybe they put Luka on a juice cleanse. Shout out Press Juicery.
Sure. If that's what we're gonna say.
No,
Luka's
juice cleanses don't make your arm muscles bulk like that.
Luka's gonna cross somebody over like Allen Iverson and explode to the rim like Russell Westbrook and jump as high as John Morant and slam that thing down with the force equal to 2 Shaqs plus a Kareem. And everybody's gonna be like, oh, it was the almond milk that did it.
And then
Like,
somebody's
okay.
gonna come and offer him a
All right.
beer, and he's gonna be like, "No thanks.
No, thank you.
That's not my life anymore." Some quick hot mess before we get out of here and into the rest of our Monday. Did you see the story about a bunch of NFL employees who are in trouble for selling their Super Bowl tickets?
Employees or players?
Both.
Oh, wow.
Both.
Wow.
So at least 100 players from nearly half the teams and multiple employees violated the rule of not selling your tickets for more than they are worth. And according to the report, an investigation revealed that the employees and players sold tickets to a small number of bundlers who were working with a ticket reseller. You shouldn't do this. Did they not have to take the classes that we have to take every year? Don't sell your tickets.
Or if you do, don't leave a paper trail. Not that I do. I use mine. I use mine. But too often people are selling them and like, yeah, pay me on Cash App or Venmo. And then in the line it says, oh, yeah, this is for Super Bowl ticket. Like, no, you can't do that. Meet them in a dark alley. What are people doing in dark alleys these days? This is where these types of deals
Not
are
enough.
supposed to be doing.
Not
That's
enough.
where these types of deals
Phones
are supposed
have
to happen.
ruined dark alleys.
Get off of your phone. Say, hey, meet me at the location behind the Walmart that's closed and it's dark. It's got one light that's flickering on and off. Makes you feel real nervous every time you hear a noise. You're like, is that a rodent? Is that a larger creature? Is that a robber or a murderer? What's going on back here? Have them come to you, give you the cash, and that's the other thing, we don't carry cash. Have them give you the cash, and you give them the physical ticket.
They probably did it on Venmo.
Yeah, no, you
What's
can't
that
do
John
that.
Mulaney bit about how like Venmo has ruined things? Like it's supposed to be for drug dealers, and now everybody's on Venmo.
Yeah.
And it ruined everything. Everything's too out in the open.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you were caught, the players had to pay a fine of 1.5 times the face value that they paid, and the employees will be fined 2 times the face value.
I ain't no way in hell. You'd have to fire me. Ain't no way in hell I'm paying that.
The tickets were, according at least to the ESPN report, the tickets ranged on secondary sites from $2,588 to nearly $3,500 for the cheapest seats, and some tickets were over $10,000.
I sell a ticket for whatever I sell it for, a $2,500 ticket. I gotta pay $5,000 now? You're outside of your F it. Fire me. I'm gone. No, I can't pay that.
Can you tell me about the Mountain who set the deadlift record?
That's your guy.
Who?
The Mountain from Game of Thrones.
Oh, that's literally the Mountain?
That's the Mountain. That's Thor from Game of Thrones.
Good for him.
He set the deadlift record this weekend. Look
I
at
didn't
that.
know he was still around.
Look at all of that. He's lifting now 505 kilograms, which
it's Luka.
Quick math. 2 point. Yeah, that's what Luka's gonna look like. Thank God for all those almond shakes.
Wow.
So that's about 1,000. That's 1,000 pounds if I'm doing it correct, because it's 2.2 pounds in a kilogram.
Don't ask me to do math.
Yeah, so
Don't you dare ask
you
me
got
to
the
do
computer
math.
right there. Pull up the conversion. It's 2.2. He deadlifted over 1,000 pounds. I'm pretty sure.
Last but not least, we've been saying another NFL player's name wrong all along. We have a new Tyrod, formerly known as Tyrod Taylor, until we all learned years into it that he actually goes by Tyrod Taylor. Take a listen to this. This was at Falcons camp from this weekend.
Properly give us the pronunciation of your name.
All right. How you pronounce my name is Bijan. For everybody that's out there, I know a lot of people say Bijan, but it's Bijan. It's Bijan, yeah.
Bijan. Will you be calling Bijan Robinson from here on out?
If that's his name, Bijan it is.
Bijan?
Go get it, Bijan.
Bonjour.
I don't give a damn what his name is. He's probably gonna
If
be
he
my
could
top.
just-
Like he's gonna be like first 2-round pick for your boy. Like can you just get your boy some points? I gotta win this fantasy football league.
Score a touchdown.
I need a week at least.
Every week?
I need a touchdown at least a week. I need like 40 receiving yards. I need another like 50 to 60 rushing yards.
I always feel
I'll
so
call you
bad
whatever
for
you
these
want.
players who get to this point where we've been saying their name wrong all along and they never felt confident enough to correct, or moved enough, I should say, to correct all these people. And now we're out here saying Bijan Robinson. It's Bijan. He's got some flair on his name that we've been ignoring for years. So apologies to Bijan Robinson. We will go the correct way the rest of the way. Hey, thanks for joining us on this Monday. Thanks to Frank Bonner for coming in studio. We will be back tomorrow.
Just
CJ?
He deadlifted 1,113 pounds.
How does that even happen? Like, how do you not hurt yourself?
Clearly,
Use the mountain.
you and I don't work out twice a day. We don't eat chicken and rice, and we don't drink almond milk.
I'm gonna have an almond milk
Okay,
shake,
almond
and
milk
I'm gonna
shake.
then try to lift 100 pounds.
Because he's also not being helped at all. Yeah, sure.
Well, he's a different story.
Okay, all right.
Please, the human body does not do that.
Okay.
Sorry, the mountain. I don't want to come for your record. I don't want to put an asterisk on your new weightlifting record that was set. All right, we gotta go. Everybody have a great rest of your Monday. I hope you have a good start to the week. We'll be back on Tuesday, tomorrow. Mike Wallace should join us, I think. I don't know. We'll find out in a post-show meeting.
after the
All right,
show.
have a great day, everyone. Bye.